All right, we should be live.
And it always takes a second for it to
Always
pop
takes
up
a
here.
second for people to get on here.
No, for it to pop up on
Yeah, it takes a minute for mine to come up.
Yep.
Takes a second to pop. All right, now I got to figure out how the heck I'm going to get back under the
low
table.
crawl. You're gonna just low crawl it, buddy.
Yeah, just go. You're small enough.
Is that what is that what you want me to do?
Yes.
Low and big glory.
Oh God.
We're going to do so many sales in Charlotte because of you.
What did you say?
We're going to do so many sales in Charlotte because of you. I'm going to take a picture of this, just put it on the video. No caption.
We're back.
Hey, I'm bad at spelling. How's Resolute spelled?
Like
R-E-
Resolute.
Oh, go on.
R-E-S-O-L-U-T.
Yeah, go.
Can I let this guy in?
Yeah.
What is
let
it
him in.
again?
You sure?
R-E-S.
Yep.
L-U-T.
It's not gonna close that.
I like to help you. In case the guy you
Oh
want.
well, we'll just do it.
Isn't it Rick David? Rick David, Rick
Well,
Molchan.
that's his like. No. Shh.
What?
I'll tell you after we're done.
Oh, it's funny.
So we'll wait here for a second. I guess our guest wants an entrance of his
Our
own.
guest wants an entrance of his own. He thinks he's that special. He think you're special, punk.
So Josh, while we're waiting for our guest, how was wrestling?
Man,
Yeah,
wrestling
that was
was dope.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much fun. It's a little expensive, but worth every penny. If
Because you were super close.
super close, super close. And those are, when they come back, I've already got like a fund set aside for this wrestling.
Yeah.
Because like when you go,
Woohoo.
it's just you get so much more than what you see on live television.
Yep.
And just being able to, like, when you're that close, you're really able to like interact with the wrestlers when they come out and everything.
Yeah.
And just the whole atmosphere, like it was wild. Especially, but also leading up to Money in the Bank, like it was a really big show also.
Yeah.
But no, it was phenomenal.
And you might have seen R-Truth's
Our-
last match. in
R-Truth,
WWE,
yeah, he just got announced
Yeah.
today. He was getting WWE cut him loose.
which is unreal to me.
Yeah,
I get the fact that he may be like their oldest in-ring
Yeah.
performer.
I'm just kind of wondering maybe if he goes to like TNA or something like that.
If he goes to TNA and like pretends he's still in the WWE,
that'd be wild.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I imagine they would want to keep him on maybe in the back at NXT because he's got so much experience,
Yeah.
like to become like a teacher.
I say they'll probably have him doing something, and that might be why they cut him loose, because he might be doing another like entity within the WWE that nobody knows about yet.
Yeah,
so,
because if they gave him one of John Cena's final matches,
yeah,
that means that he's still in good with the company,
Yeah.
and they got to have something planned for him.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, get to see what one of his last matches in the ring, and not even knowing it, and it was amazing. So
All right.
Hopefully, he'll be back. Like I thought when I saw, I went to the Raw after WrestleMania the year that I went, and that's where Edge had to retire in the ring because he had got super injured, and then he came back. So
he came back.
maybe Truth will come back at some point. He
come
should.
back.
He should.
Should
Yeah.
come back. But if you guys haven't noticed, we are this way because we have a special guest today. So
What?
What? I know we actually.
It's like we only found out about it last week.
It's like we actually have like other friends, and
So
But
who's
yeah,
our
Wait a minute,
guest?
I didn't agree to be friends.
yeah.
so
You guys have like a business partnership.
yeah. So tell us who you are, sir. Tell us why you're here.
My name is Rick Molchan. I am co-owner of Resolute Bliss. We are a publishing company here, local company here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you all for having me here. We actually have a Kickstarter that we just put up. We have been actually around in the Knoxville scene for about 30 years. Made a big comeback this year, so we had our first tour book. We had our launch party yesterday at Nirvana Comics. Did our official launch. Actually, a Comics Exchange on their podcast. So thank
I
you
was
all
the
very
one
much.
that pushed the button.
You
Did
were.
that make you feel special?
It did.
If you go to our website, I don't know if you've noticed, you go to resolutebliss.com, there's a picture of you pushing the button and we said
I'm
we were
not
launched.
giving you the rights to my likeness. So that's, you'll be talking to my lawyer. No, what I thought was super cool is like you let us like launch it, and it was cool. If you haven't listened yet, just check out Comic Exchange Podcast.
Yeah, go check it out.
You can find it anywhere you get your podcast. But Rick, you had mentioned that it was from listening to a previous podcast of ours that Brad thought, hey, we should start doing this again.
Absolutely. So, yeah, what had happened, and that was the big reveal kind of on your old show that kind of let y'all have.
It really touched me,
And that was the thing, is Brad, when he sent that to me, and he asked if I'd listened to a Comics Exchange podcast, and he's like, did you listen to it? Yeah, I listened to it, but I'd lied. I'd never listened to it at all.
Don't lie about listening to a podcast. Please just listen.
Well, just listen.
But Brad sends me so much stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was one of those things that just fell through the cracks. And then once he said, I know you didn't listen to it because you would have said some other type of response. And then, so yes, you all actually were probably, without a doubt, you all were the start of it. And then running into some other people that were asking about, hey, didn't you do that comic?
Yeah.
We'd like to see how that ends and what else is going on. And then that caused Brad, he's got 3 or 4 titles he's running with. I got 3 or 4 titles. And then, of course, we bought Brides yesterday. And now
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So, what is Brides?
So Brides is it's a horror anthology or a horror story, by Les L. Garner. Les L. Garner is my artist, if this is the right book in front of me, I think, is the artist that did the cover of that and most of the interior stuff. Point the right book.
No.
Oh.
It's this book.
I see.
It's the middle book.
I really messed up.
The middle book, this one, this is right here, but that is also Paradox, but wrong cover.
So he actually has done Apocalypse Girl, he's done Homestay, he's done some other series, but he did Brides. It's basically the bride of Frankenstein, and she hunts down the other vampire brides. If you will.
That's cool.
And so it's a nice twist and take on the horror genre with the main female characters, if you will.
Yeah.
And so Les, I had wanted it. He had let me read the script many months ago. Loved it. He was my artist, and then he decided not to let me publish it. So I kind of
Les, come on, man.
Kind of got angry. Started saying bad things about him, sending out bad memes, and
Smart.
I decided to try to
burn those bridges.
I wanted to burn him down.
Yeah.
But no, that's all joking and jest. But because we were we were very close, and we worked very close together. But my whole point is, then it came around. Some things happened. Then I kept bugging him about it. He's like, if you want to buy it. Take it over.
Yeah.
So Resolute Bliss now gets to publish Brides, which I'm super happy about, because the cool thing about Resolute Bliss, here's my brag for a moment. We have Paradox, which is our flagship title, which is what I'd started many years ago. We've added a bunch in the beginning. We've added a bunch in the ending. We've made it really cool. Got things like Jay Lee covers, Hook Lee covers, Jim Starlin covers, things like that. I also am writing Oz, the Nightmare in Emerald, which I'm really happy about. We're about 3 issues deep into that. I have a Gasp storyline called Gasp Into the Woods, which will be out on Halloween.
Okay.
Super excited about that.
Great title.
And then, of course, on the flip side, you got Brad writing 42 Teeth, G.I. Joe's story with dogs. It's actually really cool. The kids will love it. He's got a She-Like book, Moonblade. That's probably his flagship title. Really cool book. And then now we get to bring Brides into the mix. So we're, as a little company that basically, we think we can, all of a sudden we can.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of stuff that's coming out now, and it's all good stuff. It's not just, hey, we did it in the middle of the night, we threw it out, and we're hoping some people buy it. We're pretty proud of it. I mean, you look at that cover, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I think
it's
you look at the
absolutely
interior,
Very nice cover,
it's awesome.
And not to diss like other indie creators.
No.
But
not
to say that you have a lot of these issues done before you're starting to push them out.
So our rule of thumb, and I learned this before from the old days, if you will, we wanted every issue done, so we knew the roadmap, we knew how to end it. We didn't have to hunt down a colorist, we didn't have to hunt down a letterer, we didn't have to look at people and say, we don't know when it's coming out, or do the exact opposite and lie to them and say, yeah, it'll be out soon, knowing that we'd have no clue. So Paradox is totally done. All 6 issues, totally done, lettered, in the hopper, ready to go to print. And actually, I just was looking at the totals. It launched a few days ago. We have 30 days. It's going to end right after Heroes Con. Mac here is going to be helping us at Heroes Con get our last push. Moonblade's going to go up right behind that. But Moonblade, once again, totally finished, totally done. I'm not sure how many issues Brad has of that, but I think 5 or 6. And then Oz, I'm trying to finish up before I put it on Kickstarter. Because once again, I want to make sure The Gasp Into the Woods series is about to go on Kickstarter as well because it's halfway done.
Mm-hmm.
But once it's finished, so yes.
Is Gasp going to be like how Gasp traditionally was, where it's going to be an anthology?
So, a little bit, can I go in a little bit yesterday what we were trying to do with independent
I'll leave
creators?
that up to Josh. Can he go into that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So,
Don't ask me. Okay, that's fine.
Josh is in the middle, so.
you've been supplemented.
I've been
So, we actually, during our launch party yesterday, we asked every local independent creator that we could find that has published any kind of comic book to come in and have a meeting yesterday. And our goal is
So many talented people.
Yeah, there are. I mean, Andy Gordon was here, which is awesome, super nice guy. Ben Fraser was here. I'm going to start forgetting names, so I should never actually start even saying names in the first place. But they're on my Facebook. I posted it and stuff. But all these guys were in here, and we were all talking, and we're trying to come up with different ideas, different ways of making this work. And these are creators, is the whole point. We're all supposed to be pretty imaginative people. And so one of the ideas that came out was like, hey, let's do Gasp. So when you asked that question, Ryan, Gasp Into the Woods is going to be an initial story by me.
Yeah.
It's going to have a story at the end by a brand new creator.
Oh, wow.
And you all know him, and I am not releasing the name. And it's a big...
Why does everybody keep secrets on this show?
Yeah.
Listen.
Ryan.
A big, big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Okay.
You all know this person
Okay.
so well. This will be this person's first foray into comics.
Is it Caleb?
Is it Caleb the dog?
God.
He's in the picture.
He's
How
in
is
the
it
picture.
bigger than Caleb?
So just real quick, so the people that were there yesterday, Andy Gordon, Matt Bushnell, who does Rogue, Joe Gadd from Will o' the Wisp, Ben Fraser, The Shift, James Joseph Jones, The Vampire, Friedenhelm, Junior Ratcliffe from Dreadmutt, Ethan, Mr. Overlord, The Mighty Snail, B.L. Blankenship, Zorro Kills, Lascelle Gardner's Brides, and Brad Molchan.
Brad Molchan.
You
Yeah,
forgot
ton.
And
And Rick Molchan.
And Rick Molchan.
Yeah, ton of, just awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so many
amazing.
And so,
awesome.
yeah, we'd like to actually come together and create a bunch of small voices and make a big voice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have, in the show notes, if you go to the YouTube channel, we'll have the link to go to the Kickstarter and also the link to your main page for people that want to sign up for the email.
Awesome. Can I talk about the Kickstarter real fast?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
You're the guest. It's your show
You're the
today.
guest.
Oh,
These
wait.
dreams.
Your
Well,
show.
I'm telling you what. First of all, you all are much nicer. The last podcast I did,
Mhm.
they made me go shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Please.
so here's the issue.
Crows.
If you notice,
Uh-huh.
everybody has on.
Oh, yeah, where's your
Clothes.
shirt? Yeah.
I don't know.
We have clothes.
I
I got a shirt today.
I have a
Matt,
shirt.
You got a shirt. Matt got a shirt. You, of course, have a shirt.
Where's your shirt, Josh?
Brad says you're mean to him,
oh,
and not to give you a shirt.
okay.
Wow.
I have to.
I'll take that up with him when I see
Yeah,
him.
He basically, every time Brad comes in, he's like, hey, Josh, can you get my pole box? Josh is like, no.
Actually, he did do that once, and I think that really hurt his feelings. So
Did I do it for real?
It's so.
I mean, sometimes I'll just look at that and say no.
It's so.
Well, you just got back in your seat. You're comfortable. You don't want to get.
Oh, when I go up there, no, it's not. No, that's not. That's
That's how it's for me.
now I do
That's
want to
what it
say
is.
so that people out there in the world don't think I'm mean in any form or fashion. We did give Mac his shirt early because he is actually working at Heroes Con for us. Super excited.
Mhm.
I did promise one for Ryan on the podcast that we did the other night when we did the launch. I want everybody that was at the launch to have a shirt and to say thank you, kind of thing. Josh, I did dish you by accident. Totally sorry about that. But you're supposed to wear your cut with the paradox patches
that
on.
is
Let me
true.
ask you a
That
question.
is true.
Will you be making amends to Josh? Is Josh going to
Yeah.
be getting a shirt in the near future?
I will do above and beyond to make amends to Josh.
Is it going to be like a special edition shirt?
What
Like
size?
Oh,
What
don't be
size you
putting
wear?
don't be putting pressure on.
Let him know what size you wear.
3X, sir.
3X.
Oh, my,
A
now you
lot
do
of thread. A lot of
Okay.
thread.
Lot of thread.
A lot of thread.
It's a comfy shirt.
It is. It's comfy. I like
You know
it.
who
Are
did
these
that
shirts
shirt?
for sale yet?
Those shirts are not, because those shirts have something special on them.
Oh,
They
God.
do.
So I don't know if you all want to show or not, but on the back we actually put the brides on it for yesterday.
that is.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, can we
Max,
show the
stand
back of
Yeah,
the shirt because it's kind of cool? I
You
do
might
want-
not be able to see back over the book.
You might
so.
not be able.
So the cool thing about this shirt is Jay Lee did the lion, and that's
Yep.
from Oz, Eric Treadaway, who owns the Four Horsemen toy company.
Used to work for McFarlane Toys.
Used to work for McFarlane Toys too. Did Paradox and Kane.
White.
And then the
Doing a great
Witch
job.
is also from Les L. Garner, and the Brides. That's how we announced it yesterday. Is
Cool.
at Les L. Garner's story. So.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I feel like I got a couple of different really cool artists on it.
Yeah.
A couple of different cool concepts, and so
Yep.
we released those shirts actually yesterday.
So I did have a question. So we kind of mentioned it on the Comic Exchange podcast, but at that time everything was kind of held up in customs. How's that going?
So the boat is going back home,
Okay.
but we've got books coming. So
Okay, good.
they-
You think you'll have them before Heroes Con?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I'm being
Okay.
honest. We got an initial shipment yesterday of our books, which is there as well, or the other day on
This
Wednesday.
is the tour book.
This is our tour book. This
So
is
for
not
people
what's
at home, what's the tour book?
yeah. So this is not what's on Kickstarter. This is a tour book. The goal of the tour book, and if you don't mind, pull it out. We actually did something special for
That's
people.
what she said.
Yeah.
So we did a wraparound cover. If you want to
Yep.
open it up that way, so that's a wraparound cover by Les L. Garner. And then what I thought would be cool is to do double covers. So it's got a Jay Lee cover on the inside of it, and it's a hard. It's the 100-pound. So it's truly a double covered book.
Okay.
And then the
There-
back cover is Robert
It's
Pope.
gorgeous.
And then the
Yeah, and there's Robert Pope's. And so it's truly a double cover book. That's not a misprint. We did it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's 40 pages, so it's not a typical 24-page.
40 pages of story.
40 pages, and what we did, and there's a Joe Michael Linsner pinup in there as
Nice.
well.
Yep, right here.
And
There's Brides.
and no, that's actually
That's
order
Paradox, I'm
from
sorry.
Paradox. And so we have 2 stories in there that are taken directly from Oz, The Nightmare on Emerald, even though we have not solicited it yet.
Yeah.
The Paradox, we took about 10 pages of Paradox. Then there's 2 original stories in there.
I hope everyone could see these.
One of them is
Sure
the
they
origin of the Tin Man and why he's hunting down hearts.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the Feverous, who's actually on my shirt, but was replaced on your old shirt with Bride. So.
Okay. That's awesome. So
And you can only get this. The intent of this book was you got to come see us at signings, you got to
Yep.
see us at conventions, you got to see us at shows. We don't have an intent, at least right now, to put it up on Kickstarter or on
Yeah.
our website. It's something special that, hey, we want you to come to. We want to sign it for you, take care of you, and say, hey, thank you for being a
So
supporter.
Well,
this
you
is
have-
what we will have at Heroes Con.
yeah, you will have.
Yes.
Like, how many were you able to get out from
We
customs?
don't know yet.
Well, I've got 100 is what I have sitting at my
Oh,
house
good,
right now.
okay.
So we should have enough for Heroes Con. We have another 500 coming that hopefully will be here probably the day that we leave for Heroes Con. And I'll probably be sitting around waiting for Mac as he's coming to the house saying, we got to wait another 20
So the
minutes.
soap company allowed it to go through?
Well, they said they have another way of getting here. It's just one of those crazy things. It's like
Yeah.
people get in illegal stuff all the time.
Yeah.
How come something legitimate couldn't get here?
Yeah,
So-
it's weird if you listen to the podcast. He talks about what
Maybe you should have
happened
went
there.
to the dark web underground.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get flagged.
Put them under a bunch of stolen kidneys.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is super exciting. I know we had Brad on the Tuesday show
yeah.
with Rick and
Yeah.
Grant. We had you guys on the Comic Exchange podcast. We're hoping to have you guys in the store maybe after Heroes Con. Give you
The best time I think that would be sometime after July 1st because Paradox 1
okay.
should be starting to ship to people. Moonblade will probably have its Kickstarter up at that time. We'll be able to talk about Heroes Con.
Do you want to do it the week that you launch the #1?
We're launched #1 on Paradox now.
I mean,
On
where it's
Moonblade.
in stores.
Oh yeah, that would be
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Definitely.
yes.
And then real quick, just for people who are unfamiliar, like what is the elevator pitch of Paradox? Like if you had to give an elevator pitch, what is the selling point? And then also, can you kind of go over some of the different covers that you have on the Kickstarter, because there are a lot.
And this ain't a normal elevator. This is one of those ones where you have to step onto it as it's going
Yeah,
up and down.
keep stepping.
Yeah. All right, what's
So-
the elevator pitch?
So it's not the Paradox is a very deep story. It has lots of words, and I'm going to go ahead and warn people: if you don't like reading a lot, this is not
So
probably your
you're
book.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Smith, but nowhere near the bank account that he has. So yes, it's wordy, but I tried within 6 issues to put a lot of Sumerian lore in it, some horror in it.
Mm-hmm.
There was some sub stories I wanted to create so I could do later on. It's a thinking man's book. I'm not going to lie to you.
It definitely is, and I've read the first 3.
Yeah, from what I've read, I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not just saying that because you'll kill me otherwise.
We'll rough you up a little bit. And it's supposed to, let's go back for a second. The reason it's that way, when I got into comics years and years ago, I was a Silver Surfer Daredevil fan, still am, still my favorite titles. And then I told the story on the podcast, I think, met somebody here at Comics Inc. that ran Comics Inc. said, hey, you ought to read some different stuff. And he handed me other things, and all of a sudden I realized comic books could be more than superhero. I love superhero stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Heck, I even love like Archie stuff and things like that. I really do. But I decided I wanted to go a little deeper. Now, the Nightmare in Emerald Oz series, it's pure horror story. The Gasp 1942, or A Gasp Into the Woods, pure horror story kind of thing.
Okay.
But Paradox is a story about, it seems like it's this being, he's an incessant that was born from the very beginning by him, and he has to go to hell for absolution, and he's seeking the devil. You might say, well, why is he having to seek out the devil? But that's the paradox of the story. But the main story that's going on is the 2 female characters, which is Deceit and Order. Deceit is the antithesis of evil, and Order is the greatest of good. And it's the journey that they take and how they kind of do a switch through the story. And it's really, Paradox becomes the backdrop while they become the main story. And that's where all the beliefs and things like that come. It's truly reality meets fiction, meets horror.
It kind of have like a Dante's Inferno type vibe to it.
Very much Dante's Inferno. Matter of fact, if you ever ask me, I say it's basically somebody seeking absolution going through Dante's Inferno. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good.
For people, because I know you did Paradox 30 years ago.
Yes.
Is this continuing, or is it kind of like a relaunch? You're going to get everybody up to speed, right?
Absolutely. Obviously, people are either not going to have read it or would not have remembered it.
I wasn't around when it first came out.
Or maybe you weren't around at all.
Yeah.
But, so what we did was we took Eric's original art. Eric and I are great friends. We talked about this. I said, hey, I want to get some of your original art colorized. We took his stuff and actually dumped it into the middle of the storyline. So there's a whole new beginning. Okay. And it's not a whole new beginning. I had it written years ago.
Yep.
And I just rewrote parts of it.
Yeah.
And so Les Garner actually finished and did all the art for that. We had it colored. It looks beautiful.
It does.
It's a true setup of tons of stories, and that's what I did. Most people don't realize it's like there's a lot of words here. I'm setting up so many different stories for different reasons. I dropped that main story back in there, and then of course we finish it out. We finish the journey, we end it. It gets into all the things I always wanted to get into. It goes where I want to, and then I finally answer the question, well, what's really going to happen? So we get to that. So you won't get lost as a reader. I actually set it up, and I actually even over-explain in the beginning probably too much, just to put everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, because I didn't feel like the 3 that I read that I was lost with not having read the first part. Was it kind of cool, like as a writer, I figure as a writer too, I feel this too, like going back to your work 30 years ago and figuring out what you're going to do with it, like revisiting your work from then to now.
So I found my original scripts. When all this started, I found
blew the dust off of them.
I blew the dust off of them,
yeah.
And I realized I'd forgot to put certain things in the original stories that I meant to, because people kept saying you got to let comic book readers figure it out. But then some people say you have to spoon feed them. So there were certain things I thought, well, I want to put back in there because I liked it, because then it had to be about what I wanted to put in there.
Yep.
And then there were certain things I actually took out of the original stories because I couldn't remember why I had it in there. And it's like, so I totally deleted those pieces and I added stuff in. So when you say that, it was really weird to read all that stuff. And then when I talk about the prologue piece I put in there, I'd written an issue called Zero that we had some big names that were going to be involved that we never released. And it's like, wow, this is kind of cool. I see where I was going with this. So that was actually fun to go back to.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
It actually probably energized me even more and made me want to do more.
Yeah. That's a fun thing, because a while back, I wrote my first screenplay in like '94 after seeing Pulp Fiction, And a,
Did you have a lead character named Jules?
No.
Is that, and more importantly, is that still around somewhere?
Yes, and it's really good.
I think I'd like to read it. Honestly.
I'd like to read that.
10 years later, I kind of like went through there and changed it because I could tell
Release the Shipley script.
the 90s writing was very Quentin Tarantino influenced. So I kind of tweaked it a little bit. And it's kind of fun to go back at what you wrote then and change things around like as you're older. Yeah, I think it's a cool experience.
You look at it from a different. So, Oz and Emerald of Nightmare.
Yeah.
I actually, when I found my notes on Paradox, I found a one-page note on this story that I want to do, and I'm reading it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never even fleshed this out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it came to me. It was like, this is really awesome. It was fun, and of course I've created my Oz's, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, the Lion. They're all evil. They're all bad guys, and you're trying to figure out really where Dorothy is. And that's all I'd written on that piece of paper. Was like, hey, this is a great story. You should do it. And I never got to it. So I'm excited to actually, now that I'm 3 issues into it, to get that done. So.
I'm excited to read it. The question is, will Josh read it before or after he gets a shirt?
Yes, that is real.
That's
real
really
question.
I'm actually thankful that you had me sitting here with a shirt on this time. So
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah. We let you put on. The Comics Exchange was after dark.
Comics Exchange, they're a little. I try to keep our show a little bit more on the kosher side of things, you know.
Also, remember on Sundays we close at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, remember on Sundays, Nirvana Comics closes at 4.
I have felt so bad. We've seen like 3 or 4 customers come up since
They're
we
like
started
shaking the
recording.
door.
I actually told several people, come, we were going to have a live audience, is what I was told.
Oh,
I'd never said
I was going to hear
That's
clapping,
hysterical.
yelling.
I never said
so
that.
let's get into some other stuff that's happening this week.
Yeah.
First off, happy Pride Day to all our LGBTQ friends out there. You mean a lot to us. Keep checking the store name month because I think Jazz is putting together like a Pride section.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We always have like a little. When you walk in the store, we generally always have a small section up there with books, just representing different. Months.
Yeah, we try to do that for
and
like
stuff,
different months and stuff.
And definitely the Neighbors Comics Exchange, South Press, unfortunately, they announced today this is their last month. She's going to be closing the store, I believe, on the 28th of June. Big important space that the community's helped build there. So definitely make sure you stop by, see Jocelyn, and give her your appreciation.
Is that the place next door?
Yeah,
that's the coffee shop place, right? Yeah.
South Press. But
Do they say why they're closing?
I think they do. They go in deep if you go to their socials. But in happier news, this Saturday is a big day.
Big.
We're coming back to sign
day.
You're more than welcome.
You're more than welcome to try.
People are probably going to really ignore you.
They're going to be like,
Oh, wait a
100%.
minute. Somebody told me there was a rumor some guy named Joe was here.
Yeah, some guy named
Joe Quesada.
Joe
Yeah,
Quesada
the name was Quesada.
Saturday, 11 to 7 at Nirvana Comics. Guys, huge day.
Huge day. What are the
day.
prices?
So I believe
signatures are $30.
Signatures are $30.
Yep.
I believe remarks are $250.
Yes.
And the
Nothing
sketches
else.
were.
I think the sketches have been
No more
sketches, but remarks are still good.
Yeah.
One cool thing with the remarks is if you are going to do a remark, make sure you see McKay before you get your remark because we're going to, while supplies last, have blank covers.
We are going to have blank covers available.
Mm-hmm.
And Quesada also, he's going to be bringing exclusive variants for Marvel Knights World to Come.
Yeah, it's just going to be 2 covers, $20 and $30.
$20 and $30.
If you get those signed,
it's $40 and $50.
It's $40 and $50. Yeah. And they're going to be super limited.
Super limited.
Super limited.
And I think we're going to have prizes and stuff for the first people online.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff,
so get here early because it's definitely going to be worth
the crazy thing is because I wrote this afternoon.
Yeah.
Whoever's first in line is going to get something that Joe has not told us what it is yet.
We have no
but
idea.
It is something that he only gives to friends, family members, and creators that he works with. And so it's going to be big. The next, so the first 10 people in line are going to get a free signature. So that's a $30 value.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 100 in line are going to get a chocolate bar with
a golden ticket.
Two of them are going to be have golden tickets.
Ticket.
And those golden tickets can be given to Joe Quesada when you get up to the table. in exchange for
Something
something
cool.
big.
Something
Yeah.
big.
We're
Don't
keeping
know
it a
what it
secret
is.
for now, but yeah.
So I'm a huge Daredevil fan. I'm actually a huge
Me
Joe Quesada
too.
fan, and
Yeah,
actually
me too.
I would love to get Joe Quesada to do a cover because you asked about cover single.
Yeah.
But you all don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and grab this chair. I'm getting up. I'm
Okay.
gonna
You
go-
can sit right
I'm
out
going
there,
to sit
buddy.
out the door, and
Listen,
I'm number one. All right?
Yeah, you're number one.
I'm
Okay.
highly expecting people to get here the morning before.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've never asked anybody to do it, but
people just
we
do
have
it.
people come and they stay all night. I mean, all night.
Yeah. And this is going to happen with this too. This is honestly, it was also breaking news because all this stuff was going to be in an email that we're putting out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is all breaking news for you guys, so
Yeah.
you kind of know
The exclusives.
what's going to happen. If you go to Joe Quesada's Substack, you can see those covers if you can't wait till tomorrow. And he also says some nice stuff.
Yeah, it
about
was.
us.
It was very.
He
very,
did a really,
very
really
nice.
He said-
awesome post
Yeah, he
about
said,
us.
I'm going to Nirvana. If I had known it was in Knoxville, Tennessee, I would have gone a long time ago. He said, I rarely do in-store appearances, but when Grant and Jasmine called and asked if I would like to do a signing at their store for The World to Come, which hits shelves this Wednesday, I couldn't think of a better place or better way to celebrate my first full-blown series since 2004's Daredevil Father. So this is, I think, his first
Since
interiors and
Daredevil
everything
Father.
for two decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's a super nice post.
Yeah.
He's
He
awesome.
said, Nirvana Comics is legendary for its friendly ownership and staff and for its wide variety of books. They were the inaugural winners of the Image Select Retailer Awards and have been nominated for the Eisner Spirit of Comics Award 3 times in a row. Their
Yup.
children's section won the Diamond Retail Best Practice Award. Locally, Nirvana Comics has been voted Best Comic Shop in Knoxville 4 years running. And on Saturday, June 7th, they will absolutely win the most exciting place to be in Tennessee. award.
Yep. Absolutely.
Then he does show the 2 covers. So
And they're really good.
yeah, so first off, thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank
thank
you,
you so
Joe.
much, Mr. Quesada.
It's totally unreal to me. If you
Yeah.
think about
It's. I was messaging McKay last night about it because we were talking about that what he had posted,
yeah,
and it's just surreal. Like you
It
just
really
sit here,
is.
and you think about it, and you're like, Joe Quesada
Mhm.
is going to come to our
Here.
store,
Yep.
to launch
A
Yeah.
book.
his book that it's been what you said 2 decades
2 decades. And
Two-
here's the book
And here's the book.
with the A cover. This
with
is the A
This is
cover.
the A
Now, guys,
cover.
we do have plenty of the A cover. So when it goes on sale this Wednesday, please come in and pick one up.
Yep.
And we have multiple different covers as well.
And for
Yeah.
the blank cover, just in case I didn't make sense of it, the blank cover will be free to anybody that's getting a remark.
Remark, yeah. So if you come in and you purchase a remark, we will have a blank cover for free for you.
McKay will have it. McKay is basically going to be seated like he was for Humberto.
Yeah.
So before you get to Quesada, you got to get through.
Yeah, you
McKay.
gotta
You gotta
get
get
through
through McKay first.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we are so excited to have Joe Quesada here because, like Rick was saying, he's a huge Daredevil fan. So am I. Joe Quesada is definitely one of my top favorite Daredevil artists of all time.
Yeah.
So
This
It
is
was-
like our Stan Lee coming.
yeah,
through the
it
door.
was
Yeah,
it was actually really
Yeah.
fun for me when this got announced because I was over, and I've told this story before, but just in case no one's heard it, I was over here helping Grant restock the shelves for Free Comic Book Day.
The
and
bottom
Grant-
shelf.
Yeah, the bottom shelf, the very bottom one. When you come in and you see
Yeah,
the
the
boxes on
bottom
the
shelf.
very bottom,
The
yeah,
bottom
those are
shelf.
good.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was still
Well,
a
he was
big
trying to
stretch.
jump up.
He was
It
trying to
still
jump
a
up to get it.
stretch.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So anyway, Grant just like kind of pauses and looks at me and he goes, "You should go talk to Ryan Shipley." And I'm like, I mean, I guess I could do that.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to?
Like, I mean, I guess
Yeah,
I could do
number
that. I
one.
mean, yeah, I was gonna go say hi anyway.
Yeah.
So I go over next door and I was like, "Ryan, Grant's being weird." And
And we
then-
heard this small shrill of a squeak.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And it was him screaming.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And
it's like-
Ryan told me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "And now you have to keep it a secret." I was like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah. Speaking of secrets, there are more creators to come.
Yep. Yeah.
So for Knoxville, don't think this is the end.
This
These
is not
first
the end.
6 months have been crazy.
Yeah.
But it's going to get even crazier.
gonna get wild.
It's going to continue to get crazier. Just with all the shops here in Knoxville,
Yeah.
it's insane
Yeah.
with who.
Yeah.
Who's coming
Because
around?
people are starting to realize, like, from talking to Umberto, Bocello, Stegman,
Mm-hmm.
they were all kind of shocked that the Knoxville community is as
Mark
big as it is. What is it, like 10 comic or comic adjacent stores in just the surrounding area?
So I was on a podcast Thursday night
Uh-huh.
with it was the largest chain in Pittsburgh, comic stores.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this, and I brought this up. I'm like, Knoxville's such a great market. It really is. I said, the shops work really hard. We have so many shops in a local area, and they actually took offense to it in a very friendly way.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, no, we're the best place. So they had some kind of, because they obviously 8 shops is a lot of shops to be running.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they had some kind of data they were throwing out there, and they were looking like how many customers that they had, and we started getting to this friendly debate of how many people that came from Pittsburgh versus how many people came from Knoxville. And the show ended, I think, with us saying that Knoxville was more solidified for comic fans, comic shops, and who we're bringing into the market. So
Wow.
It's unreal.
That's wild.
Even I think just in Knoxville, like Nashville and Memphis, the 2 biggest cities in the state.
In the country.
I don't know a lot about the country.
What's geography?
But we're the biggest comic, obviously, community in Tennessee and probably the South.
Yeah, and
and
that's literally like a big thank you to our community. Like, it's because of our amazing local community that we're able to have that.
Yeah.
So like, we don't say this without acknowledging everyone watching this, everyone who comes through the doors of all of the different comic shops. No matter where you shop, like if you're in this Knoxville area, you are part of the reason we are able to do all these amazing things.
Yep.
We can't thank you enough.
Another big thing, just so you guys know, the week of Casada, we don't just like rest on our laurels.
Oh,
around here.
no.
So starting Wednesday through Friday, we're going to have each day dollar books that are going to be up near the front, select titles. Wednesday, Valiant Comics. Thursday, DC Comics. Friday, Marvel. Just to kind of go over like Joe Quesada's career, the three big publishers he worked for. So come in each day and see those. Check the socials each day because Grant is going to do a different sale each day. And the main sale from Wednesday to Saturday is going to be buy 2, get 1 free on back issues and graphic novels. That's Wednesday through Saturday, irregardless of the publisher. That's just whatever. So we're going to be doing some big sales while Quesada's here. And I think this man right here might be Quesada's chauffeur for the weekend.
I'm going to go pick him up and going to get him here to the store. And
do you need somebody to ride with you?
You need someone to ride with you?
listen, this is, I mean,
Mac,
I'm
probably
gonna charge you.
cooler.
If it's not
Go in
Quesada,
a cooler?
you can go. Yeah. If you're not Quesada or his wife, I'm charging if you want to ride.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a prick.
And by the way, Nancy, his wife, has been just plain wonderful.
Yeah, amazing. I haven't personally got to talk to her. Grant's just told me about her, and from what I understand, she's a very amazing individual. I'm really excited to meet her too.
I was in the event space when Grant was having a conversation with her on Friday, and just from what I could tell from Grant's side of it, she is so happy and thrilled for this visit. So let's make Knoxville, and you know what? You guys did it. I mean,
you got that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You guys did it.
All the credit goes towards
the community.
The community, and just building Knoxville's comic community up. Is what's we're able to make this happen.
It's super good. There's really no tribalism that I've seen. I mean, I work at 2 shops, and I've not seen any like tribalism between the 2 shops.
I mean, I send people everywhere.
I send them everywhere.
I mean, that's what you have to. I send them to
hell. Send them to hell.
But this is kind of going on long.
Real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. I know we like to review books on this show. Let's each just quickly shout out something that we read, whether it's recently, within the last week, or just something that we think other people need to.
I'll go first.
Need to check out. So
Nailbiter, the compendium. This is the 30 issues of the first run, plus Nailbiter Hack Slash. If you like serial killers and you like mystery, this is a good book for you. And $50 for all this is unreal.
Insane.
Yeah.
The compendiums that Image have been putting out are amazing.
Yeah, Nailbiter is great. I've read some of it, but it kind of disturbed me, so I had to stop.
It's a real nail biter. What's your book?
So my book, shocker to no one, is going to be Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, issue 2. Guys, this is just continues right where that first issue left off, and boy, it doesn't hold any punches. He's back in the suit. He has his powers back, but for a limited time. The
terrible.
Clock is ticking. The clock is
You think he's
ticking.
terrible? Drew came in the other day and goes, "Have you read Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell #2 yet?" I went, "No." And he starts screaming about Elektra. Yeah.
But
You
yeah.
have one?
So
You
yeah,
have
guys,
something?
Yeah, I have one. Yeah.
Okay.
this is great. Check it out.
I don't have it here with me, but the new Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yes.
God Almighty. And that even the Amazing Spider-Man, both those right now, the new Amazing Spider-Man run and Ultimate Spider-Man run, phenomenal. Ultimate Spider-Man run, honestly, God, probably one of the best Spider-Man stories I've ever read.
I totally agree with that.
Agreed.
It's unreal. It's unfreaking real.
So
You
yeah,
get mine?
Yeah.
I have 2. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I love.
Turn to the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love Spider-Man versus Predator.
Yes.
That
So
is
good.
awesome. Number 2
So
came
good.
out. Spider-Man versus Predator. I love how they've done it. I'm a Predator fan. Super happy about Spider-Man versus Predator. Number 2 came out this week. That would be definitely my number 1 choice.
the fact that they didn't red band that book,
Is
like
wild.
I don't understand that.
It's wild.
Based on all the rules that they've started.
And for people with that book, just real quick, if you did miss out on the first issue because we did sell out, the second printing comes out
Yeah,
this
this
Wednesday.
comes-
Yeah, second printing comes out this Wednesday.
Right.
And then my second book that also came out this week is Resolute Bliss Tour Book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Now,
Good,
can people
you
go
did
ahead and
the
get this
thing.
now?
You have to be at signings and shows. That's the only way we're
Okay.
giving the tour book out. Paradox 1 will be out early July. We are about 92% on our Kickstarter. We just found out today, and we just started. So
And guys,
But if you want a shirt, you got to beg.
yeah, and guys, that
you know what? If you let me go with your Casada and you wear the shirt with Casada, I'll give it to you.
and guys, that Kickstarter link will be linked below in the comments. Also, if you guys are watching later on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm thingy. I don't understand it, but
Yeah.
just please do all of those things. And guys, seriously, go back Paradox on Kickstarter.
Support indie talent.
Support indie talent, especially local indie talent. Obviously, we love Rick and the other people at
His name is Brad.
I thought he was about to call him something else, actually, is the funny thing.
Also, we will actually be back.
Seriously.
We will be back next week.
Right, yeah.
Because the week after is Father's Day.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week. I think
We'll be back.
we're probably going to review Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion.
And I have a feeling we're
probably
going to
this
do
one,
this one.
and talk about Casada. But
Yeah.
also keep in
Yeah.
mind, it's going to be a long week because not only are we getting ready for Casada,
It's going to be wild.
but Josh and I are going to be playing Switch 2.
Switch 2!
So
Yeah, Mario Karting it up.
Mario Kart up. Yoshi.
Yoshi. Shy guy for life.
Yeah. But so we'll probably be tired, and I think the week after, he'll be coming back from Heroes Con.
we'll
so maybe
both be
me
coming
and
back.
Josh.
We'll
Yeah.
both be
Well,
Because
coming
me and
back.
Josh. Oh wait, Josh is going too.
Josh is
Josh
going too.
Ryan, you solo
Ryan,
the
you're
show,
solo.
Damn, I'm the only one that's not going to Heroes
Ryan,
Con.
you are solo dolo.
Grant, you and I are having a conversation tomorrow. They actually
Ryan-
had a Heroes Con meeting today in my space, and I got kicked out of my space while they had their meeting.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here.
We're going to get out of here, y'all.
Stay classy, Knoxville. Thanks for
Stay
joining us.
classy.
I got to put my chair outside. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to leave, but I just,
You gotta put
I
your
want to
chair
first
out.
see the
for,
Joe Casada
Thanks
sign.
again, Rick.
Thanks
Rick,
again.
thank you for coming, buddy.
Yeah.
Woo! This is not going well. This is going to be a
You're
very...
supposed to go back to under.